Hello students, welcome to Indraprastha Law College, Greater Noida. My name is Jyoti Gaur and today we will discuss about the law of demand and assumptions of law of demand. So, the law of demand simply expresses the relationship between a quantity of a commodity demanded and its price. And in other words, we can say the amount demanded increases with a fall in price, diminishes with a rise in price. So, the law of demand is one of the most important law of consumption which explain the functional relationship between price and quantity demanded of a commodity. Here, we assume other things being equal, the amount demanded increases with a fall in price and diminishes with a rise in price. Or we can say the other things remaining constant, demand varies inversely with price. That is, when price falls, demand expands, or when price rises, demand contracts. Right? Some of the economists given the different definitions of law of demand. According to Bilas, the law of demand states other things being equal, the quantity demanded per unit at time be greater and lower the price and smaller, higher the price. Means when the price of a product is increasing, the quantity demand is decreasing. And when the product price is decreasing, the quantity demanded increases. Professor Samuelson says law of demand states that people will buy more at lower prices and buy less at higher prices. Things remaining the same. Things remaining the same means there are some assumptions which we have to assume when we apply the law of demand. In Ferguson words, according to the law of demand, the quantity demanded varies inversely with price. So these are the definitions of law of demand, and now we will discuss assumptions of the law. Here are some assumptions which we have to assume when we apply the law of demand. First is no change in taste and preferences, fashion of the consumers. Means the law of demand considers that the taste, preference, habit, fashion of the consumer should remain unchanged. That is, there should not arise a newer choice or change in the mood to try something different. Here we assume that the consumer taste, preference, habit, style, and so on should not change because it breaks the functionality or validity of the law of demand. Second is consumers' income, both money and real income, must remain the same. See, in this assumption, the law of demand to operate is that the income of the consumer must remain same or should not change. Means it should neither rise or nor fall. Income is assumed to remain constant since its rise may lure the consumer to buy more goods and raise demand despite an increase in the commodity prices. The third is the price of the other commodities related to the commodity in demand should not change. Means the law of demand considers the prices of related goods. Here, related goods means substitutes goods and complementary goods don't change and remain same. Here we assume that the prices of substitute goods are like tea and coffee, and complementary goods like petrol and cars should not change. It is considered so since a change in consumers' liking or choice makes the law of demand stand invalid and inapplicable. Right? Next is fourth, there should be no change in the wealth of consumer. See, in this assumption, we assume that there will be no change in the wealth of consumer. Fifth is substitutes are not discovered, as we have already discussed in the third point that the other commodities related to the commodity in demand should not change. So substitute covered that. Last is no anticipatory changes in prices. Means law of demand assumes to remain valid not to expect any future possibilities regarding a change or fluctuation in the prices of commodities. Here it is assumed that it not to keep any expectation of future price change because it will affect the current demand of goods. For example, if people are expecting a rise in the future price of some goods, then the current demand for such goods will also increase and vice versa. So, these are the assumptions of law for today. Thank you.